I know we all think that we're immortal. We're supposed to feel that way. We're graduating. But, like our brief 4 years in high school, what makes life valuable is that it doesn't last forever. What makes it precious is that it ends.
Snap. No gunshot. No scream. Just that sound. One moment. That's all it took. And Gwen Stacy was gone. No explosion. No big fight. Just silence. The snap of her neck. The sound that still echoes through Spider-Man's story. Peter Parker reached out for her, but it was too late. This moment shattered more than a life. It shattered hope. Before that fateful night on the bridge, things were actually looking up. Peter was thinking about getting married to Gwen. He was even willing to go far enough to remove his spider power so he could live a normal life with Gwen. Unfortunately for Peter, that didn't go quite as planned. Peter was close to telling her everything. His identity, the truth, everything. Fate doesn't wait for the right moment. Gwen Stacy wasn't just a plot device. She was a fully formed character. Brilliant, driven, with a spark that lit up Peter's world. A top student. A fighter for what she believed in. She challenged Peter to be better, to think beyond just being a hero. She wasn't perfect. They had their fights, their misunderstandings. But beneath it all, a deep love. A love that made Peter's double life as Spider-Man all the more complicated. Gwen Stacy had a life of her own, long before she ever met her end. She wasn't just Peter Parker's girlfriend. She was the daughter of Captain George Stacy, a respected NYPD officer. Smart, popular, confident, Gwen stood on her own, even in a world full of heroes. She was no damsel in distress. Gwen had ambition, a future, and she was proud of who she was. She had friends, dreams, and a father she deeply loved. A man who taught her right from wrong, and who tragically died trying to protect others during one of Spider-Man's battles. That drove a wedge between her and Spider-Man, forever. That loss shook her, but she didn't fall apart. Gwen was strong. Even when life kept taking from her, that's what made her death hit so hard. But for all her strength, Gwen couldn't see the danger that was coming. Not just to her, but to everything she loved. Because someone was watching. Someone knew exactly how to break Peter Parker. Norman Osborn wasn't just any villain. He wasn't just robbing banks or causing chaos. He went right for Peter's heart. He knew who Peter was, and he used that knowledge to strike where it would hurt the most. Their relationship was messy, like any real one. Peter hiding his secret identity, Gwen trying to understand the man behind the mask. At times, Gwen felt like she was living in Peter's shadow, unsure if she could ever really be a part of his world. But they made it work. They dreamed of a future together. And then it all came crashing down. It happened fast. The Green Goblin kidnapped Gwen and brought her to the George Washington Bridge. He didn't want money. He didn't want power. He wanted to destroy Peter's life. He fired Webline to catch her. And he did. But physics didn't care about love. A moment of pure instinct. Pure love. Her body stopped suddenly mid-fall. Her neck snapped from the whiplash. She never screamed. Peter pulled her up, hoping, praying that she was alive. But Gwen was already gone. And it broke him. The guilt was unbearable. He blamed himself for her death. Spider-Man became darker, haunted. His humor faded. His fights felt heavier. The girl who died became a defining scar on his soul. For years, fans and writers debated one thing. Is it Peter's fault she died? That tiny snap sound effect in the panel. it wasn't the Goblin's doing. It was Peter's own attempt to save her that ended her life. Some say it was the fall, others say the whiplash from the webbing was too sudden. And to be honest, she might have even been dead before the Goblin knocked her unconscious body off the bridge. Either way, Peter blamed himself, and that guilt has never left him. Gwen's death wasn't just a story beat, it was a seismic shift in comics. Before her, major characters rarely died permanently. Her death changed the rules, showing that comics could have real, lasting consequences. It was controversial, fans were shocked, writers debated it for years, and it made Spider-Man's story real. Gwen's death rippled across the Marvel Universe. It affected every hero who knew Peter, every villain who fought him. Her memory fueled Peter's fight, but it also haunted him. In other universes, Gwen lived. Spider-Gwen or Gwenpool. They're some of Marvel's most beloved multiverse heroes. In Spider-Gwen's world, it was Peter who died, and Gwen who became the hero. Her return wasn't just fan service, it was redemption. It gave fans a way to imagine a world where Gwen got justice. Even decades later, Gwen remains one of the most important characters in Spider-Man's world. For me, Gwen's death hits like losing a close friend. She's a reminder that even heroes face heartbreak and loss that can't be fixed with a punch or a web. She's a reminder that even heroes face heartbreak and loss that can't be fixed with a punch or a web. I feel Peter's pain, his guilt, because loss isn't just a comic book plot. It's real. And every single one of you know that. Gwen Stacy's death didn't just change Spider-Man, it changed all of us. Her story reminds us that behind every hero's mask, there's pain, loss, and moments that define them forever. So how did Gwen's death affect you? Did it change how you see loss, love, or what it means to be a hero? I want to hear your story. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I always read them and reply. If you want to dive deeper into tragedies that shape the Marvel Universe, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned. I've got more coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.